व्हाट्स अप गाइस, मेरा नाम है शशांक और आप देख रहे हैं क्विक कैप्टन। तो आपने पिछले वीडियो में देखा होगा कि मेरी बायोमेट्रिक्स कैसी गई है और क्या प्रोसेस हुआ था, क्या लेके जाना चाहिए, क्या नहीं लेके जाना चाहिए, एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा। तो इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे मेरे वीसा इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में। दिस वाज ऑन 27th of July। मेरा स्लॉट था एट अराउंड 10 AM। आई स्टार्टेड एट अराउंड 8:30 फ्रॉम वेयर आई स्टे एंड इट वाज अराउंड 30 minute जर्नी। और मैं वहाँ पे गया अप्रॉक्सीमेटली एट 9 o'clock, right, which is not recommended, I would say। थोड़ा और जल्दी जाइए because of my experience, but nothing bad happened, it's just you don't get paranoid, that's about it। so मैं गया था 9 बजे और 9 बजे मैं खड़ा हुआ था फ़ोन सबमिशन के लाइन पे और मैं 9:40 को बाहर आया था सबमिट करने के बाद। यू कैन इमेजिन कितना बड़ा लाइन होगा। I've showed few clips over there in the past video। वो वीडियो आप जाके चेक कर सकते हैं for a rough experience। और ये थोड़ा डिटेल से एक्सपीरियंस है, राइट। और एक फ़ोन के लिए it was 50 rupees, that's just about it। उससे ज़्यादा मैंने कुछ पे नहीं किया because it's just a phone। बाकी मैं सब डॉक्यूमेंट्स एक फाइल पे रख के गया था। so it was that's about it। और अगर आपके पास बैग है so it's 100 rupees और लैपटॉप है so it's another 50 rupees or something like that। इसके बाद मैं फिर से आके एक लाइन में खड़ा हुआ था। After 5 minutes I realized that I only have 10 minutes to go for my slot। I waited there for like 15 minutes and at 10 o'clock I realized, or at 9:55, 10 o'clock I realized that oh, my interview is at 10:10 and I'm here outside at 9:55। मैंने जाके सिक्योरिटी से बात किया तो they let me cut the line। मैं अंदर गया था, वहाँ पे फ्रिस्किंग होती है आपकी, you shouldn't have anything on you। A wallet is probably fine, I had my wallet। उसके बाद आप अंदर जाते हैं and then there's another line जहाँ पे it's like 4-5 minutes of waiting और वो आपके पासपोर्ट चेक करते हैं जिसके पीछे स्टिकर लगी होती है। A guy in front of me didn't have the sticker, probably he didn't get his biometrics done, which was surprising। Like, you know, if you're coming for the interview, the biometrics are very important। He was saying that मेरा interview यहीं पे है, मेरा biometrics भी यहीं पे है। I didn't quite get what happened। Could be a different, you know, system, I'm not sure, but it's important to have that sticker, otherwise वो अंदर नहीं जाने देंगे। तो मेरा पासपोर्ट लिया था उन्होंने, अगेन DS-160 और वीज़ा अपॉइंटमेंट कंफर्मेशन दिया था मैंने, बट आई थिंक दे ओनली वांटेड पासपोर्ट फॉर श्योर। तो पासपोर्ट चेक किया उन्होंने, टिक किया है पासपोर्ट के ऊपर एंड दे लेट मी इन। वहाँ से हम चल के अंदर गए हैं। सो वहाँ पे फिर से एक और कंप्लीट सिक्योरिटी चेक होती है। सो एट दिस पॉइंट इफ़ यू आर वेयरिंग बूट्स, आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप बूट्स ना पहने और कोई शूज़ पहने, बिकॉज आई वॉज वेयरिंग दोज बूट्स, हाई एंकल बूट्स। सो दे हैड removed everything, my shoes, and they've checked the shoes separately and then I went in। if you're wearing jackets you have to remove that also। so उसके बाद आप अंदर जाते हैं and there are like seatings, जैसे आप अपोलो हॉस्पिटल्स या कोई हॉस्पिटल्स में 1 2 3 सीटिंग्स नहीं होते हैं, वैसे you sit there, there's row 1 row 2 row 3 row 5, they fill accordingly। like पहले ये रो भेजते हैं and then ये रो भेजते हैं and then ये रो भेजते हैं and then they keep again filling those। so 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 in that order they send each row in। so मेरा रो 3 था। so after 20 minutes of waiting, this is at 10:45, I'm past my interview time, but कोई इश्यू नहीं हुआ था उसकी वजह से। फाइनली दे लेट आवर रो इन। सो मैं गया था अंदर। यू हैव टू वॉक फॉर लाइक 2 minutes and then you enter another building जहाँ पे you stand in the line to get into your second biometric inspection। so वहाँ पे काउंटर्स होते हैं 1 to 7 1 to 8 ऐसा कुछ। so they asked me to go to counter number 3। मैं वहाँ पे गया था। there was an Indian जो 25th को हुआ था biometrics, वहाँ पे भी Indians ही थे for all of that process। all they did was they just checked whether if I had my sticker on it or not and etc। it's just a second check। उसके बाद they asked me to stand on counter number 6 or 7। तो मैं गया था counter number 6 पे। उन्होंने फिर से मेरे left 4 fingers लिया, कहा कि अंदर जाओ, अंदर बैठो, wait करो। so I went there, I waited। this waiting place was in a huge hall। it's just like any bank that you would go to, right? so counters होते like cash counters where you stand and give your interview। it's just like that। like आप खड़े होके इंटरव्यू देते, there's no seating, there's nothing। it's just बैंक के कैशियर्स जो कैश काउंटर्स होते हैं, यू गो देयर एंड यू स्टैंड एंड यू सबमिट योर फॉर्म एंड यू टॉक एंड यू टेक योर मनी, जस्ट लाइक दैट, ट्रस्ट मी, राइट। तो आप पहले एक बेंच पे बैठते हैं, लाइक दिस चेयर्स, यू सिट देयर एंड देन यू कम जॉइन द लाइन दैट्स इन दिस ह्यूज एस शेप लाइन। और जब आप लाइन में जाते रहते हैं, यू कुड लिटरली हियर एवरी सिंगल पर्सन's इंटरव्यू और वो क्या बात कर रहे हैं, उनका रिजेक्ट हुआ है या अप्रूव हुआ है। यू कुड सी लिटरली दैट राइट नेक्स्ट टू यू, लाइक यू आर इन दिस लाइन। इफ यू आर ऑन द एंड लाइन, लाइक वेयर यू आर अबाउट टू जॉइन एंड गेट इनटू द काउंटर्स, इफ यू आर इन दैट लाइन you could literally see people right here, like in 2 meters distance or something, which is crazy, right? But yeah, all of this happening in one big hall। सो मैं गया था अंदर एंड देन आई वाज रेडी टू गेट इनटू द काउंटर. सो वो अलॉट करते हैं आपके काउंटर्स. आई वुड सजेस्ट नॉट टू स्विच योर काउंटर्स. सो द इनफेमस अफ्रीकन अमेरिकन, सो दैट टेक्निकली ऑल अमेरिकन, राइट? ये जो कहते हैं वीडियोस पे चाइनीज अवॉइड करो, इंडियन अवॉइड करो, नाइजीरियन, दे आर नॉट दोज पीपल, राइट? दे आर अमेरिकन सिटीजन, दे आर अमेरिकन. It's just that their ethnicity is different, right? मैं यहाँ पे आपको racism सिखाने नहीं आया हूँ. So they themselves are Americans, so there's no point. वो आपको जानबूझ के avoid या जानबूझ के reject नहीं करेंगे. Please remember that. यहाँ पे I had like 2 African Americans थे. Counter number 11, counter number 16. That's when I go. They change counters every time. हमें ये पता चला था कि काउंटर नंबर 13 पे there was this young American white man who's approving visas very easily. और मेरे personal experience पे there was 18 number counter where there was this really sweet, nice American white lady. She was smiling with all the students. She was talking really nicely, and there were few approvals that I have seen. But the point to note here is that even those African Americans are approving people. Even these people, 13 and 18, who are really nice, are rejecting people. Ratios could be different a little bit, but please remember, this just depends on how confident you are. Be yourself. Just be honest, most importantly. So anyway, मैं लाइन में था और मुझे मिला था काउंटर नंबर 20 और वहाँ पे खड़ा हुआ. There were already 2 people in front of me and finally it was my turn. मैंने कुछ सोचा ही नहीं था यार, मेरे आगे वाले अप्रूव हुए हैं, रिजेक्ट हुए हैं. मुझे I genuinely do not remember. मैं बस इधर उधर देख रहा था. I was least bothered to be honest, क्योंकि at that point I could have done nothing better. मैंने प्रिपेयर भी ज्यादा नहीं किया था, but anyway, there all I can do is give my best. So I didn't want to worry, I didn't want to be tensed about it. So just relax. मैं इधर उधर आड़े बाड़ी देख रहा था और मेरा टर्न आया था. Officer was like, come forward. I'm like, yes ma'am, coming right through. So I went there और मैंने अपना फाइल रखा बाजू में and she asked me for my passport and then I-20. मैंने दिया and I was like, good morning officer, how are you? She was like, I'm good, thank you, how are you doing? But unfortunately the mic system of that counter wasn't working properly. Sometimes it was audible, sometimes it was not, right? So I was pretty clear that I did not want to ask the officer to repeat. So I was very alert of listening कि क्या हो रहा था, क्या कह रही थी ऑफिसर. It was a white lady. उन्होंने पूछा कि why flight training, तो मैंने उसका आंसर दिया था. I told that I'm interested in becoming a pilot. This is the only way I should get my CPL. To get CPL I have to do flight training. Pretty simple. और उसके बाद she was like, why do you want to become a pilot? कोई inspiration है? Do you have any family members in the airlines, etc.? I was like, no officer, I don't have any. Just that I wanted to become a pilot since I was 14 years old. I wanted to get into a career where I would want to experience things that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So she seemed pretty convinced. She was like, acha, okay, so how long is your course for? I said 12 months. And then again she was like, do you have any work after that? So I was like, yehi mauka hai yaar, bata do. So I was like, no officer, I have to come back. I have to get my conversion done and I have to try for jobs here in India. I just wanted to tell this for so long कि बताओ कि मैं वापस आ जाऊंगा, because उनको वही चाहिए यार. They need to hear that you will come back. So I told that. She seemed convinced and she was like, all right, how about your finances? How are you going to fund your program? So I said, I have secured a loan of 50 lakhs from Bank of Baroda. My dad has 15 lakhs of savings. We have liquid assets of 15 lakhs, properties of so and so crores, and etc. जो भी, whatever the reason, I've mentioned that, I've given that. All truth, do not lie over there, it's very risky. She seemed pretty convinced with the answer. She was like, इस फीस के साथ कोई MS अच्छे से कॉलेज पे कर सकते हो. I'm like, yes officer, but I want to get into flight training. So she was like, all right. Or literally like 50 seconds, probably a minute, she was just typing on the computer. It felt like eternity, like it literally felt like forever. After so much of typing, she was like, sorry, I'm keeping your passport on hold, or visa process on hold, and we'll let you know if it's approved or denied. We have to do some research about your school. I was like, yeah, okay. And she gave me a 221G form. मैंने बोला, ठीक है, how can I track this? She was like, there's a number on it, go to the website, track it, you'll get to know. It shouldn't take any long, but she didn't tell how long. That was a problem. She didn't tell how long. Also, she was like, do you want me to keep your passport or do you want me to give it to you so that you can get it back once it's approved? और मैं बस ये चाहता था कि मेरे हाथ में पासपोर्ट ना हो. मैंने सोच के गया था कि मुझे पासपोर्ट चाहिए ही नहीं चाहिए, मेरे हाथ में जो भी हो जाए, just keep it, I'll reissue another one, I don't care, right? तो मैंने कहा, officer, you just keep it with yourself. I don't want the passport with me. So she was like, okay, we'll send it to you if it's approved or not. We'll still send it to you. Anyway, मैंने premium delivery select करके रखा था. It was for 650 rupees. They've increased the price now to 850 rupees. So I walked out. वहाँ के organizer से पूछा था कि क्या है ये. They were like, 4 दिन रुको, उसके बाद पता चलेगा. But anyway, बाहर आ गया था. That's done. that's about it. उसके बाद जब मैं घर आया था, it was around 3 o'clock or 3:30 when I reached home or the room that I stayed in. I put my number in and it said invalid. I'm like, this is not happening to me. But anyway, I also had an option to put my application number, so I put that. Initially, when I checked it, it says the passport or the visa was refused. I'm like, Gaya, this is gone. I'm done. I have to try it again. But then I immediately remembered, she mentioned that if you check soon after your interview, it will say refused, to check after a while. So anyway, फिर से मैंने कुछ घंटों के बाद try किया था and it said approved. But I was still not confident enough because there was so many things going on in my mind. बहुत कुछ हुआ है. I was like, ठीक है, let's see. अगर issued आएगा, then शायद I'll be a little confirmed. So yeah, for now, status says approved, but I'll keep you updated. और जब भी issued आएगा, जब भी passport मेरा घर आएगा, तो I'll let you know. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Do subscribe to my channel. I'll keep posting the videos. I'll update you with my visa is approved or not. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you and see you in the next video.